Alright, hey guys. Hello, what's going on with the sound here? I should be able to hear my own game, right? I swear I didn't push the mute button this time. Maybe like full screen it? Alright, yeah, I have no idea what's going on with the game audio. Or the layout. The layout decided to mess itself up again. I just fixed that yesterday, didn't I? Alright, well here we are using yesterday's version of the layout again. Now my desktop audio is very high. On OBS, on the desktop itself. My headphones are plugged in all the way. I take it that you probably can't hear that audio either. Is there a setting for that? Audio on. On. This is not doing anything. No, OBS does not register audio from the desktop. That would be the issue. I'm not seeing that green bar go up at all. I'm in the game. Oh, and I did move the mic farther away so that we might have less peaking issues there. Again, the intro screen doesn't have it. Oh. I thought it did. I really thought it did. Can't believe it was as simple as that. Okay, well, let's take a time. Now let's just take a moment to make sure that's balanced well. I haven't changed anything since yesterday other than the distance between me and the mic. That is something I changed by request. But I can hear the game now. You should be able to see the game now. I don't want to waste as much time as I did yesterday getting all this worked out. I'll keep an eye on things. Alright, so. There are a few small matters that I need to address before we move on with this. First off, there are a few people who clicked the follow button yesterday, and that was greatly appreciated. Some were off stream, some were on stream. You guys did not receive your alerts, but I want to thank you now. Those are NL Mondu, aka Mr. First, Pac-Man's dad, who clicked the follow button yesterday, and a new member to my community. I've never met this user before, but I'm still happy to have you, X-Drapkin. So hey, maybe we'll see each other at some point. So to those three, my first three followers, thank you very much. I don't know if there's really a way for me to give you your alerts. If I ever figure that out, I will. Alright, confirmation that the game sounds fine is always great. Alright, I've also fixed the commands, so if you're interested in any of those, they should be below the stream. Also below the stream is linked to my YouTube, or if you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, there should be a link to the Twitch channel in the description so that you can catch these as they happen. Also on YouTube are my musical endeavors, both remixes and original works. Those are not going away, they just take much longer to produce than this. And with all of that said, we had a giant cliffhanger in part 1 yesterday. I think we made 7 games in total. I can actually go through the game history here. and we can get a nice little recap that way. So if you're just joining us, or if you've forgotten what's happened since last night, we started this game company in our garage, Azra and Hats, and we accidentally left a question mark in our name. That was a questionable decision, and I think the results of that really manifested themselves in how the rest of the night went. We produced a crime action game called Headlight for the Commodore 64 before that fell out of popularity. It was met with 3.75, not very good reviews, but we at least profited from it. Hattie Haddington, because obviously my symbol's the hat, so we had the Gentleman Assassin. Miss Wizard, like I mentioned, this will be on YouTube later on, so you don't have to miss the music. Or, if you just want to hear the music on its own at any time, there's a command for a playlist on that. All commands are below the video. Hattie Haddington, our action assassin game, was met with much more moderate reviews. Go Accelerate Super Ultra Turbo was our ambitious racing game for the PC, and our review scores continued going up from there. So everything was looking good for this company, right? And then we got to Forbidden Fortress. And my tendency for puns put me to shame there, because we were met with an overall review of 4.25. One of the companies just had to ruin the joke by giving us a 5. Flame Shield, Hat 776 was our next game. It was a military strategy game. And, was that the point where we made our custom game engine? I think we made our custom game engine right before Rage Quit, suggested by the lovely Miss Wizard. And that was met with glowing reviews across the board, the game that was designed to make people rage quit. But then, I thought I could ride the heels of the joke, make Tenacious Detention a new, mature crime game for the TES. And that landed us in the hole. So much in the hole, in fact, that we had to take out a loan from the bank. Good luck with the laundry, Miss Wizard. Where was I on that? Right, we paid massive expenses to get on the TES, continue using our custom game engine, and reach those mature audiences. Unfortunately, the reviewers didn't see it that way. And we were met with such a low score, such a loss of income, that we now have 1 year to pay back twice as much as what we borrowed from the bank. And that's what we're going to see if we can do today. Dig ourselves out of that hole. It's possible, but it's also a long shot. I want to take a look at our research potential. We're not going to invest in mono sound right now. Our cash is currently around 50k, and that costs 40k. New topics. We made the military game last time, so now we have the option to make a superhero game. That could be useful down the line. However, I think we're just going to jump into the next game here. We've got to dig ourselves out of the hole somehow. Am I missing any game reports? I am missing a game report on that last game I mentioned. Let's make that happen first. The initial sales for Tenacious Detention were way below expected. It isn't very popular with the target audience. That may have been where I really went wrong with that. So our analysis is complete and we got the following results. Graphics are important. Yeah, that was the problem. I wanted to jump on the TES, but I also wanted to jump on the mature bandwagon. Let's not make that mistake again, otherwise we are out of this for real. Let's develop a new game. This time, let's open it up to everyone. This is our 8th game. Before we decide on a title, let's think momentarily here. After such a massive undertaking, we need to ride the heels of our most successful game yet. A new post-apocalyptic action game. This time for the PC. Not gonna make that mistake again in the My Savings engine. Alright, so our original take on this was Rage Quit. I think this time... What's the opposite of quit? To try? I suppose the opposite of quit is to try. Rage 2, try again. Isn't there a Rage 2 coming from, what was the company making that game? Was that at the Bethesda conference this year? Alright, graphics are very important. We just read the report on that. Peace try. No, Mondu, we still needed the Rage part. It's a post-apocalyptic action game with a heavy emphasis on gameplay. And a little more engine to support those graphics. We can research casual games. The G64 seems to be losing market share against PC manufacturers. This is the moment I was waiting for. This is why I only made one game at the beginning, because I knew this was coming. It's not a totally blind playthrough here, I do know parts of this. Ah, thanks for reminding me, Mondu. There was a lot of candy-crushing suggestions at the end of the last one, right before I switched games. Ah, that terrible game from the end of the last stream is now off the market, thank goodness. You know, AI is important, and it's so important that I'm even gonna lower the level design a bit. This time I have a Gatorade instead of an iced tea. No particular reason for that, mind you. Alright, we got our graphics, we got our sounds, we need a good amount of both of them. Let's just leave them where they are. World design can go. Take a hike. Actually, no, we probably couldn't take a hike because I don't think we would have designed a world that would have supported that. Alright, gotta get those bugs out. This time we're only a little bit in the hole. Oh, thank God, we got a new record. We're leveling up our gameplay. That sounds like some fancy new slogan. Level up your gameplay with Azrin hats with a question mark. And speaking of hat, that is one of the new commands that I worked very hard on at the bottom of the stream. Of course, that one works better when there's multiple people. We can also research better user experience. Well, why wouldn't we? Alright, my attempt to milk the Rage franchise is about to be reviewed. And... hey, very solid. Stick with that Rage franchise. It'll get you places. Hello, Chuck. 8, 9... hey, I think these are about to get the exact same review scores from the other one. Rage 2, Try Again, is equally as good as its predecessor, Rage Quit. You don't want better user experience for Rage. No, we'll leave that out of the Rage series, but it could be good for some non-raging series. Give me that game report. So Gameling is now a new thing from Nintendo. Built-in speakers, multiplayer support, it's underpowered, but it's lower cost and high portability. Yes, Miss Wizard, people like to get angry. What did you expect? We're on the internet. We're 1 month away from that portable console. Alright, give me my report. Learning is everything. Alright, world design is not important. It can go take a hike, like I mentioned. And PC, for everyone, is not bad. but not bad. I'd also like to point out that now the profits from Rage 2 have put us at almost enough money to repay that debt with interest. Our goal for that is 135k. If we can pay that off without going into the hole again, then we can move this company forward and all might not be lost. Alright, so I'm thinking it might be in our best interest to do some contract work now, get our name out there in other ways, make just a little bit of extra money to ensure that we'll have that amount. I mean, I guess nothing is certain in this game, but let's at least see what our options are. Write sheet software, 3 weeks. Character design in 4 weeks. Set up computers in 4 weeks. 22 versus minus 5k. Alright, so I'm thinking that we should set up some computers. The penalty's not too bad compared to the payout. Now, we've been setting records in technology, so I feel like with 4 weeks we can make that goal. A recently published game, Rage 2 Try Again, is a surprise hit with player. We cannot wait to see what they'll develop next. That's sweet of them. I don't know why they called it a surprise hit, though. We were deliberately milking the franchise. Okay, we're halfway there. Don't know if we're gonna make it. This is gonna be a close shave. 3, 2, 1. Oh, we made it. And the game link now has been released. We're gonna get that extra 22k from the contract. I'm very happy with that decision right now. Man, 267k between that and the sales. This is the golden opportunity to do some research. Alrighty then. So, what types of games have we been developing? We've been developing games that are very action-oriented. So I don't know if it's the right time to invest in casual games. But sound and gameplay are both very important for those. Each one is 40k, or 15 research, and 15 research points, I should say. I think I want to do at least one of these. I think I'm going to start with mono sound. So, how's everyone doing out there today? Mono sound, mono sound. Did we do it? We researched mono sound. That did not take as long as I thought it would. Rage 2 Try Again sold almost 40,000 units and generated, wow. Just wow. That research did not take too long and we still have 63 points. Alright, Mondu, thanks for the warning about the mobile platforms and the microtransaction. But the future is now, and right now we need that gameplay to be leveled up. So, yeah, that first bit of research did not take as long as I thought, so we're just gonna drop this in as well, because why not? Yes, our questionable decisions and heavy investments have put us in the hole at least once, but we should keep doing that, because eventually it's gonna pay off. Oh, I'm glad to hear the Miss Wizard had a lot of fun today. What I did was, if you were here in the first 10 minutes, you saw what I did today. I did all of that, and I've been trying to get the first stream uploaded to YouTube, which is proving to be a little more difficult than I'd like it to be. Don't worry, I'll get there. Alright, and it's time for game number 9. We did some contract work, we did some research, we can't just do these little things for too long, or else we'll lose all that we've gained. So, we need another game. It's too soon for a Rage 3, I would imagine. But with reviews like that, I think Rage 3 is definitely gonna happen. No, Mondo made a good suggestion. We did spend all our money on that license. Now, unfortunately, we can't make a mature racing game. That would be a terrible decision. So, I want to say we should stick with everyone. It just seems like the most logical thing. And what sort of racing game to put out? Well, my first racing game was Go Super Ultra Accelerate Super Ultra thing. I don't even know the name of that game, so it's probably not warranted that we follow up on that franchise. We need something new. We need G Nothing. The action-packed game that everyone will love for years to come, but that will never make a sequel for. Give them those 2D graphics, it's gonna shine. Bank is reminding us that we require you to pay back that amount in 3 months. We don't quite have it anymore because we just invested in our next game, so it better pay off. Alright, reminding us that engine is important for this. We definitely want save game that really work the linear story. Yeah, sure. To grow in interesting games, there is a growing audience for game magazines. The magazines offer great new ways to market upcoming games. So we can research marketing. And something I've been meaning to ask, though, is I did move the mic farther away. I mentioned that a bit at the beginning of the stream. I know you guys would tell me if it's peaking too much, right? Just a little reminder to watch out for that. But it seems like so far that hasn't been an issue. My cash flow is G Nothing. Why, thank you, Pac-Man. Thank you. Although it's actually not too bad with the sequel to Rage. Nothing compared to last time. Alright, alright. Dialogue, level design can be pushed up. It should absolutely be pushed up. Alright, alright. Go in on graphics and sounds. We as Red Hats are very committed to technology. 8 bugs to try and iron out. Can we do it in a reasonable amount of time? I'd say the answer is yes. New record in design. Apparently we had an equal focus on design and technology this time around. Who knows if that'll help or hurt the G Nothing franchise, which again can barely be called a franchise. Time to release this thing. If you have more than $1 million in cash, you'll be able to move on to the next level. It may sound like a lot, but once you release a hit game, you'll get this amount easily. Foreshadowing. Vino wants to rival the game length. Unlike similar devices, full color screen, I guess that's kinda cool. G Nothing came in, and it's great. They love it. Their focus on sound served the game very well. They played it for days. Alright, well, if it's something they're playing for days, we should get a game report on it. Our debt has been deducted from the bank account, but we still have a 6-figure amount right now. So for the time being, that cliffhanger where we had to pay back our loan has been resolved. The new arc in the Azran Hat story where we're just trying to raise $1 million with a hit game and get out of this garage. G-Nothing is probably an important step in doing that. Graphics are important. TES is okay with simulation games. It's good for everyone. And racing and everyone go great together. We have 69 research right now. So I want to take another look at this menu. If we want to reach a hit game, I think marketing could be a key factor. Well, you know the motto here at Azran Hats with a question mark. We make questionable decisions, and we spend all our money at once in order to reach our goals. And that's a long motto. We should really get it shortened. That last part was also part of the motto. Tina did their thing. No one cares. I care. Well, okay, Chuck cares. Remember, Chuck does care about that. The dead center spot on the top shelf. You can actually see that through the webcam. Well deserved. Yes, Pac-Man, that was all on you. You got yourself to the middle of my shelf. Had nothing to do with the long-standing character. I just researched something, didn't I? Of course I did. Then the question is, do we research something else? I'm kind of thinking we need a new topic here. We gotta start branching out a little more. We can send them on an expedition. We could focus on technology, werewolves, or superheroes. Yeah, you know, let's get the superheroes thing done. Just because you're their dad doesn't mean you ran their life. Or at least I hope not. G-Nothing did alright for itself, and we can do a superhero game if we want to. This brings us to our all-important 10th game hitting double digits at this company. Onto I was actually thinking of Superman 64, so I'm happy you brought it up. Make something superhero related. Now I can see this being an action-packed superhero game. I mean, how do you define adventure, really? That's like the Zelda style of gameplay. Alright, Packy, put him in bed. I mean, we are known for our action games here. Now, we don't know if that would work all that well on the TES. But perhaps it's worth exploring on the PC. We haven't made a mature game on the PC either. I mean, my savings engine is there without a doubt. Alright, yeah, mature PC superhero game, and this will be. It's hard to think of ideas. Mature superhero game, let's go. Is that the name, Mondo? Should that just be the name? That reminds me of that old cartoon, Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go. That was a thing. I used to watch that for a bit. Anyone else remember that? That was on Jetix when that was still an animation program time slot on the formerly ABC Family Network. There I go, rambling about my childhood television again. Is that again? That might be the first time I've done that. I don't know. We at Azrin Heads don't keep track of what we're doing, and that's why we almost wound up bankrupt. Okay. Yeah, it's hard to think of these names because you never really know what topic you're gonna end up with. It's all random every time, as a reminder. Nah, super sounds too kiddie. How about attack of the what's another word for Titan? Yes, this is an Attack on Titan parody and deal with it. No, I haven't watched the series, so don't ask me about it. Attack of the Shadow Man. Giants, behemoths, totem. It's Attack on Titan cross Triforce Heroes. Yes, Mondo, that is perfect. Except it's completely mature. Not like that kiddie game. The gameplay is strong in this one. Oh man, I was just scratching my head here. That's gonna cost me 8K for just sitting around scratching my head. The G64 is almost off the market. Good thing we're not developing for that piece of junk. AI, we're really led to believe that's important. I do think superheroes need to have at least some interesting dialogues. You need that witty banter. You know, those one-liners. I wouldn't say we need puns, because this is a mature game after all, but you need those one-liners, that when you're ripping their hearts out, they at least know, man, I shouldn't have messed with him. That was an awesome line. I'm scratching my head again. This game is gonna be a disaster. World design doesn't matter too much, but graphics do, and sound a little less so. At least that's where I know these are question marks, I know those aren't set in stone. Those are just slight hints based on other games that we've made, but we haven't actually made a superhero action game on PC for mature audiences, so there's no way to know for sure. Those numbers for design and technology seem pretty low. Goodbye, Govador. Iron out the bugs. And here we go. We gain some experience. We do level up our graphics and our overall company. Although you wouldn't believe that I leveled up if I was just sitting there doing this. But, okay guys, I'm scratching my head right now. Does this make for an interesting stream at this point? Oh yeah, that's the spot. I'm just gonna do this for the next hour, instead of getting my game done. Ooh, we can do better graphics. Alright. Attack on Totem hasn't had its... Can I get the game report before the reviews come out? Or would that yield less information? I'm just gonna wait until the reviews come out on this one. Maybe we'll do some contract work in the meantime. Playtest a game, 3 weeks. Game backdrops, 4 weeks. Yeah, that one, that's a pretty high technology to ask in 3 weeks. Or is that what I did before? Did I do something like that just a moment ago, or didn't I do that in 4 weeks? Oh, yes, you can make the report before the review, then why would I bother with this contract? Oh, hey, here's the review. 7, 8, 9. Hey. Couldn't have gone for a 10 there all game. Alright, so definitely get the game report. Back on Totem, selling decently well, I should say. Little surprised by that. Again, I was scratching my head so much. Maybe that is what made the game good. Not great, but good. Superhero action goes well together. Engine's important. I don't know if I really upped the engine on that one. And platform audience match, great. Alright. Quick check of the research menu yields that we don't have enough to research version 3 of our 2D graphics, which is something I would want to obtain eventually. I don't know if the time is really right for the 3D graphics. We haven't seen the Super Nintendo. And even that is a bit of a stretch. So, you know what, let's get a little ahead of the curve there. I know we're gonna need this down the line. Just get that research done on those casual games. Let's do this. You know what I find funny about all of this is the way I'm running this company. I end up focusing on the technological aspects, and I end up trying to appeal to mature audiences. I am behaving exactly like the companies whose consoles I don't own. I'm running this ship as if it was Microsoft or Xbox, and I've never even touched one of their consoles. That's kind of ironic. Maybe more than just kind of ironic. Shall we jump into game 11? We're at 401k, which is kind of funny when you think about the retirement plan of the same name. But we're not ready to retire. We need that $1 million to move out of this garage. That's our new goal now, $1 million. It's a little less tense knowing that the bank already took its payment. Video game logic in practice. So is this where we completely diverge from what we've been doing and try to reach out to a broader demographic? Possibly. Wait, did I research the marketing? I did research the marketing. I wonder when that comes into play. Isn't that supposed to come into play like at the end of the game development cycle? You can reach out to things like magazine. That happens eventually, right? Alright, topic. Alright, well, if I do want to try and reach a younger audience, then which of these genres is going to help me do that? We already kind of tried making a racing game for everyone. Click on the side of the screen after you started to develop a game. Oh, I may have researched marketing way too early. Whoops. Alright, we're gonna make... I guess we're gonna stick with our mature audiences for now, because I don't see any of these topics working well in the young crowd, except maybe racing. Depending on how you spin the superhero, it's technically possible, but in that case, we're gonna develop Rage 3, and I'm gonna replace the Eve 3 because that's how the internet works, right? Rage and, first one was Rage Quit, then it was Try Again. Ah, you say that was clever. I don't think it was very clever. I think everyone on the internet does that. Rage 3. I have to think of a subtitle for that, but we know it's another post-apocalyptic action game in the same vein as Rage 1 and 2. We know that a mature game is not going to work out very well there. Not Dark Souls. Obscure Spirit. Rage 3, Birth by Blood. Alright, thanks Miss Wizard and Chuck for stopping by. You have a nice night out. Don't worry, there will be plenty more of these. Getting the graphics in. Come on, do I hope the name Birth by Blood makes your approval. It will have a linear story and save game, we know, but this time the engine is going to be much more important. That's what's going to set Rage 3 Birth by Blood apart from its predecessor. Oh wait, no, that's not even close to how you would read this. The Quidney Quab Jill sticks plus a give you on it's a graphic, yeah, 585 nits, 2 ripper 9 Oz. I'm gonna stop there because that would just be annoying if I kept going. I guess we should decrypt this, we don't have a choice. Our agents have managed to borrow some research information which may be of interest to you. Transfer the 44k, no, I'm trying to save up my money. What do you think we are, a company that spends all its money at once? And wait a minute. Yes. Dialogues, sure a bit, and I mean we gotta have some level design to support it. I know that's taken away from our technology resources, and I know that's been our main priority as we've been going through this. However, we'll make up for that in the third round. It's all about the sound and graphics. I haven't let a bug slip through yet, so hey, why start now? Oh man, Rage 3 is setting new records. The Rage franchise has been nothing but good to me. Let's see if that stays true with the reviews. Research on a level editor. What early games had... Okay, actually, no, I know the answer to that question. Excitebike had a level editor. That's the only one I know from the early NES PC era. Maybe there were a few others, but I know Excitebike had one, so I guess it's theoretically possible. Maybe we'll research that and put it into a racing game for everyone on the TES. Speaking of research, let's generate the game where's the game report? There it is. Let's let's start getting that report on that game as we read the reviews for Rage 3 Birth by Blood. We start off with a 9. Rage franchise just keeps rolling in it. Another 9. I am seeing a perfect 10 from Game Hero. All Games says they can't wait for the sequel. That means we need a Rage 4. We need a Rage 4. We cannot live without a Rage 4. Even though the series may be affected by seasonal rot, we might be running out of ideas. It might be the same boring game that they've been playing for years. We don't need to worry about developing the game. We just need to sell people the name. Rage. People love to rage. This is the internet after all. 50k units is an important milestone. Look at our cash. Look at our freaking cash. Did I spend some of that researching the level? No, I'm just gonna go over a new topic though. I'm really starting to feel like we're running out of ideas with these topics, if Rage is any indication. Our next option for a topic is transport, and it shows a bunch of trains. I have no idea how that would work. I've been thinking about making an expedition game for a little while, though. Go for it. Over 100k units sold, yet another important milestone, and we're at $1.5 million. We've made a name for ourselves. If we pay 150k, we can move. I found the perfect office in Technology Park. If I say not yet, how do I access this option later? Because I would like to finish the research that I'm in the middle of. I'll figure it out. Birth by blood. 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 I'm running out of things to say. Pops up after the next game. Good to know. We researched Expedition. I haven't read our game report yet. Story and quests are not important. The best audience match. Oh, the post-apocalyptic game for everyone. I thought I made it a mature game. Didn't I click on M? I guess I didn't click on M. But apparently that helped Rage 3 overall. We got more people to rage. That just bolstered it. Alright, so I just wanted to finish researching expeditions before we move out. I think we're in a pretty good shape to do that. So let's bang out another game and move out of here. Assuming this game doesn't somehow put us in the hole. Expedition, and we can now choose casual here. So we're gonna go on an adventure. It's an adventure on the TES. Using the My Savings engine for everyone. A tale of... You know what I'm going for here, don't you? I think we all know what I'm going for here. I'm going for the tale of... Melinda. This is the tale of Melinda. It uses some 2D graphics. Let's go. Of course the story is important here. I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe not as important as gameplay though, because we are in the early era. dialogues are a key thing. We're gonna meet people on this adventure. They are gonna speak things that will forever be etched into the echelons of history. We need unique environments. We don't necessarily need the enemies to be the toughest thing in the universe. It is a game for everyone after all. Oh, Rage 3 is off the market, but that's a collector's item. Yeah, so this expedition category is really going to allow me to start bolstering my design senses so that I can move a little further away from that technology focus that I've had this whole time. And yeah, there's still going to be graphics and sound in there, but... Now this is more about the adventure, the journey, not how nice the destination looks and sounds. Vina's got a 16-bit graphics console on the way. Evidently sounds like a leading thing at the moment. Only 4 bugs in that whole process. We did set a new record in design, that is what I was going for. Will it pay off? Who knows? Alright then, the Tale of Melinda. Here we go. Better dialogues became available now. I'm assuming that's because I hit a new level. Open world would have been great for the Tale of Melinda. Maybe in the next one. Although that's ironic, considering how Zelda 1 and 2 went. Kind of the opposite. I want my game report. I want my game report. There's my game report. Well guys, bear with me. Here are the reviews for the Tale of Melinda coming in. I see some 10s. You're gonna give it to me. Yes, they give it to me. I'm on a roll now. The Tale of Melinda is the greatest game of all time. It's a must-have. Pardon the awkward dance. Oh man, I'm looking forward to the game report on this cult status. I've seen some weird achievements in the past few days, but that one just makes sense. Expedition Adventure is a good combination. World design is very important. It didn't work out on the TES. But we got some 10s anyway. Not everything has to be good. So, are they gonna offer me that new office now? The offer has not popped up. Now, nothing about that in the menu. I will take a moment to save, though. And also, since we're almost an hour in, which I would say is about halfway of what I'm going to be doing tonight, I'll take the time to remind you guys that everything you could possibly need to know is below the video. There's commands to access the YouTube channel, the playlist, and a bunch of other things. If you're interested in more of this, or again, if you're seeing this on YouTube later, look in that description, you can get link to this channel. Now, always important thing to throw that out there just in case new people show up. You never really know. Some people just lurk there, and that's cool. I've been there, done that. I kind of want that level editor. Really kind of want that level editor. Maybe it's just the time to go all in on some... Oh, you can't do more than one at a time. For some reason, I thought you could. Alright, well, we're not going to give you an open world yet, but we'll let you make your own sort of thing. new game by Azran Hats with a question mark caused a storm of good reviews. Professionals say The Tale of Melinda is one of those rare games that will set a new quality standard for future games. And sometimes it's crazy how much you can mimic the actual gaming industry. And the new Vena thing is out. Oh, that's cool. Okay, now they're giving me the option to move again. I hope this doesn't really interfere with the research, but I don't want to be an idiot. I do want to move. Okay, the research is still going. I could have just done that last time. Then we could have put out The Tale of Melinda from our new, bigger office, but then we wouldn't have gotten cult status. So now I'm actually kind of happy that we got that achievement. I don't generally care about achievements. Yeah, they're just little award plaques that are there. If I'm ever completing a game, I just go for whatever they call 100%. We have a big office, so we got a development team. We may now train ourselves to improve the skills. You know, I'm not completely sure how we train ourselves. I guess the implication is that we research it by either going online or going to a seminar in person. I don't know how big that was at this time period, though. A management course. Close this message and click on your character to bring up the training menu. We'll do that after we finish researching that level editor. That management. Click on the character. Staff management, which costs 25k, but it's going to pay off big in the long run. Another general reminder while I think of more things to say is that if you're there and you want to talk, I am watching chat on the side here. Tale of Melinda's off the market. It sold 393,000 units and 2.7 million in sales. You've completed the management course and you're ready to hire your very first employee. To get started, close this message and click the fill position button near the very big desk. It doesn't say very. I misread that. And right along here, before you can hire someone, you have to advertise the position. My budget. Alright. I am not spending 2 million on this. Okay. So, man, I remember this being a part of the game from some of the playthroughs I had seen before I tackled this myself. How about we lead off with a budget of 300k for the advertising? We've been pretty good about the technological side of things. Okay, with there, you can access tutorials from this menu, right? With an advertising budget, a high budget increases the number of applicants. The different tests will help find people with the right balance of design and technology. Alright, see the game demo, I'm not exactly sure with that. I guess that's the middle. I take it algorithms are focused on technology, game demo is the middle ground, and showreel is focused on design. That's what it sounds like to me, but I could easily be wrong about that. I did just up my own design skills a bit with the Tale of Melinda. I'm guessing right. However, the company on the whole has really been focusing on technology. You know what? Stick with your strong suits at first, right? We'll get someone who can get us even further beyond in technology. Let's start looking. seems that Azran Hats is looking for employees. They're not sure if we're looking for employees because we left the question mark in our name. It's known for games such as The Tale of Belinda and Rage 3 Birth by Blood. I can't believe they didn't even have a proper office. And the search goes on. Search for the position is complete. Let's review the list of applicants. This reminds me of a certain side quest for the mercenaries in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, but of course I'm not going to talk about that because that's a recent game and I would hate to spoil anyone. Keep in mind, even if you in chat know about that game, there might be people watching this later that don't. There is Martin Person. Technology, design. Experience is level 2, speed, research. Salary of 21k per month. There's Jeffrey Maguire, who has at least a visible amount of design. And my own stats are 300, so these are low numbers. Regardless of who we pick, these are pretty low numbers. Miguel doesn't have a very high level, but he does have the highest speed of the bunch. No, he's actually below the speed on that guy. Really, the only advantage to Miguel is that he's cheap. Well, you know the company motto, we don't take the cheap way out. 227, 201, 191, 106. I think I've got to hire this person here. And that's not just me being general, that's me saying he is of the person lineage. Welcome aboard. I hired someone famous. Was there a stat for popularity? They have to settle in. When a character is not fully efficient, you'll see an efficiency bar next to them. Welcome training. Medium game. Oh. Okay, well he said they had to settle in first with the efficiency bar. Is that my own efficiency bar? Training is important, it's best to train regularly, but don't overwhelm them with too many sessions at once. Okay. Yeah, this is where the game, if you didn't think the game had picked up already, this is where it really starts picking up. I think I'm gonna do some contract work while we wait for Mr. Settle In over there. Logo animation, that could help our design overall. And we give him 5 weeks to settle in. Most of these would. Alright, yeah, let's accept the logo animation contract. There I go, scratching my head again. Oh wait, so I should have been training him even though his efficiency bar isn't full? I thought the point was that he needed to be efficient in order to complete the training. Ah, we didn't make the deadline that time. They can't all be winners. Alright then, let's give him the welcome training. Alright, so in that case, there are things we could research. I don't know if I exactly want to do that yet. While he trains, you can train yourself or do research. Yeah, I guess we'll do a little bit more research before our next big game. Or should I say next medium game? I don't know if I want to go for that yet, though. I think we need to give people the open world. I have a knack for security, and I think we could really do with some security upgrades for our office. Well, you make a fair point. People are going to be after our trade secrets, after all. And he is well versed in technology, so I hope he knows what he's talking about. I just don't want a thief to come in here down the line and ruin what I've got going. Alright, the open world research is done. And on that note, I'm about halfway through where I want to be for tonight. I am going to take a short break, and so anyone watching, you can do the same. Enjoy this brief intermission, and I will be right back. I'm not changing games tonight. We're gonna power on through this one. So, where our office goes next, find out in just a moment. Okay, seriously, why does my layout for this game like to change itself so much? There we go. There we go. I thought the layout had gotten messed up again. And I had just fixed it earlier, so I was a little worried about that. But hey, I'm back from intermission. So I hope you guys enjoyed the music in the meantime. And I'm back now for about another hour. Let's see how far we can get this company to go. That reminds me, it'd be a good idea to save. Alright, so we could keep researching things, but we only have 26 points right now. So it's probably in our interest to use this office for what it's good for, and get that new game out. We made a successful expedition game, so why don't we try our hand at the racing scene again? We have the technology. And we already made our G-Nothing game, which turned out to be a pretty big cult classic, but people don't want that. They want something more interesting, colorful, family-friendly. So this is Ultra Marlin Riders. The next big racing game for everyone. Now, I would put it on the TES, I really would, however... We saw it, well, we saw Simulation wasn't too bad on the TES. Yeah, you know what, I'm sticking to my guns here, we're going with the TES on that. Continue using the My Savings engine, which the name for that doesn't quite make as much sense anymore with how much money we're bringing in. So maybe we'll need a new engine soon enough. It's time to start development on this game. Goodbye, stories and quests. Hello, engine. And you all remember the linear story that was in Super Mario Kart, right? That's why I had to leave that on. I mean, I'll tell you the linear story on that. You play the race, and you win or you lose. That's your story. Alright, so if any of the viewers out there, it's okay if you want to just keep lurking, but if at any point you have questions for me, or if you just want to tell me how you're doing, that's cool too, and I'll be able to see my little chat tablet on the side. Or if you want to have a little fun with each other, there should be some interesting commands that I got working down below the video recently. Of course, if you're one of the people watching this on YouTube after the fact, then those commands really don't mean anything to you, unless you check out the Twitch channel in the description. I know I'm plugging myself a lot, but I'm pretty early on into this thing. Not a ton of people know about me yet. And it's just a good habit to take on. Market yourself. If you don't value yourself, then who else will? I'm pretty sure sounds are very important for this. Yeah, I'm even gonna bolster them above graphics. We at AsRanHads with a question mark are very well known for our sounds. And we gotta iron out those bugs, and now there are two of us, one of whom is a big technology specialist and should have no trouble doing that. And with our technology expert, Mr. Person, on board, we've set another new record in the technology category. Gained some experience all around, but no big level ups this time. Ultra Marlin Riders, how did that review with people? Little middle of the road. Middle of the road. I lost a point for my bad pun there. Thank you, Informed Gamer. And Game Hero. I don't want to throw a guy up onto you. Thank you, All Games and Star Games. Alright, so where's my game report option on that? Did I already get a game report? Or am I not able to get a game report for this one? That's interesting. Yeah, well, when Mondo said my stuff was about 300, he wasn't kidding. I have exactly 300 in each. Alright, well, there's a quick look at our staff list. Something I am curious about here is there anything new to invest in the engine? Yes, all that stuff I've been researching could go into this new engine. The mono sound could go into this engine. The open world with level editor could go into this engine. The better experience and tutorials could go into this engine. That engine would cost 220k, which is not too bad, but there is, off the top of my head, I can think of one more thing that I would want to put into this engine along with all that other stuff. So I'm going to hold off on that. But it's good to know that we do have some big changes coming to our game engine. Other than that, I can see what happens if I click on him. I can start training him, I can get him to research something. Oh, he can generate the game report. I guess I had to click on a person to get that to work. I feel dumb now. Oh, we just released the TES, and now we get the successor to that on the way. The greatest console they've ever built. I just realized I made Super Mario Kart before the Super Nintendo. Wow, if only. What I should have made was Excitebike. We'll make Excitebike for the Super TES, don't worry. While that's happening, I can train myself a bit. We don't know what these trainings, that's a bad sentence. We don't know what these seminars, I guess we're gonna call them, are gonna do for us immediately, but you can kind of guess through the names here. Game design for pirates. Oh boy. Make me think. Game dev gems. You know, I'm interested in Don't Repeat Yourself. I'm interested in Don't Repeat Yourself. Can't see what I did there. Doesn't really work so well if you have to explain the joke, now does it? Our post-release analysis of Ultra Marlin Riders is here. AI is very important. Martin Person is still new to the team. A few more games and he'll have higher potential. Alright, Marlin, speaking of Martin, I called the game Marlin, but the employee's name is Martin. That's gonna get confusing if we keep doing Marlin games. Marlin, I'm in training right now, so why don't you... I don't have enough for the thing I want. The thing I wanted was actually 2D graphics version 3. I think that's gonna carry us really far down the line. That's a whopping 80 research points, and we don't have that many right now. So he's gonna do his own training instead. And instead of Don't Repeat Yourself, he's going to research coding complete so that he can continue in his specialist field of technology. Alright, we're waiting on them. That's all well and good. Let me think of something else I can talk about here. What else I can talk about here is now we have 30 research points. I'm done with my training. He should be almost done with his. So I guess I'm just gonna wait on that for a second. So what have I been playing lately that's not this game? Well, I will eventually be getting a game capture card to do some console games. And it's not exactly that I couldn't do that right now, it's more so that I'm paying for a bunch of other stuff at the moment. Won't go into details there. And I just want to wait for a few more of my paychecks to come in before I make that investment. But once I make that investment, I'll actually be able to show you guys more of what I've been doing. In the meantime, as I'm talking about this, let's just develop a game, shall we? I've been playing plenty of Nintendo Switch. I am mostly a Nintendo guy. I only recently got into the PC scene, which is how I'm streaming to you right now without a capture card. Crime game? Is it time for a crime game? No, it's time for another expedition game. We need to see what happens next in the Tale of Melinda. So while I'm making the next Tale of Melinda game, which is definitely an adventure game, not a simulation game, Super TES license is only $50K. Wow. Yes. That's a lot less of a blow than when I had to pay the $80K from my garage state to get into the regular TES. Alright, well. Does that look like a 10? The number 2 does not look like the letter L. Well, that's not gonna work. Alright, so this one is the Tale of Melinda. The quest of, obviously I'm trying to roll off of Link here, so let's say it's the quest of Bunko. Oh, I'm out of characters. Alright, so I'm going to shorten the title to Melinda. The quest of Bunko. Which is supposed to be Link. It doesn't really sound like Link, but trust me, it's Link. But yeah, I've been playing some things on Nintendo Switch. I've been focusing on Sushi Striker. I know Mario Tennis is the new thing that came out, but honestly, the game's getting a bit stale. It's really fun with other people, but if you don't have other people to play with online, then, I mean, what's the point? I've been focusing on Sushi Striker. That offers a lot more single-player content, and then aside from that, there's been the Splatoon 2 Octo expansion, which I'm mostly done with. The thing about that is I'm actually trying to go back and beat every mission with every weapon. So in doing so, I'm down to the final 10 missions. These are all missions that I've already done, I just haven't used every single weapon yet. And I'm down to the final ones of those. Like the final 10 or so missions. And some of them are really, really hard if you're using the later weapons. So I'm struggling a bit on some of those, but I'm confident that I will overcome the challenge soon enough. And then there's also a certain boss that I won't mention for spoiler reasons that is giving me a lot of trouble. Although we leveled up a few things there, I realized after the fact that I hired someone who was good at technology, and then I decided to make a sequel to the game that focused on design and story and all that other good stuff. Like, if I wanted to make a Melinda game, then I should have hired someone with more design experience. But hindsight is 2020. We have to move on with our company decisions. So someone's got to generate a game report. But first we're going to see the reviews. Alright, not as well received as the original Tale of Melinda, but not terrible. Not terrible. My apologies for all the 6s that might be on your screen right now. I will generate the game report. Meanwhile, he will take a training. So now, after you've done the training with one person, you can permanently see the effects it has. Don't repeat yourself raises speed by a lot and everything else by a little. Code incomplete, as you could probably infer from the word code, raises technology a lot, design and research by a little bit. Man, people are still doing fireworks outside my window this late after the 4th of July. I'm really sorry. You can probably hear the sound of that firework come through my microphone. But I don't control them. They are the people of our society who are outside my window, and what are you gonna do about it? Yeah, so let's work on game dev gems. I think this one is balance. That's never really a bad idea. Employees need to recharge and go on vacation because their efficiency is steadily decreasing. Give them a holiday, click send on vacation. Alright, well here's the game report. AI is not important. Alright, and a surprise announcement, Vonnie, a company for General Electronics, has presented a prototype called the Play System. Apparently, Vonnie has collaborated with Nintendo for a CD drive. And only one day afterwards, things turned sour. I love this joke so much, how quickly you get that second news report about what went wrong there. And again with the fireworks, I am really sorry about that. I'm already like 75% of the way through the stream, so I'm not gonna stop now just because of some jerks with fireworks outside. We're gonna see this through to the end. Not the end of the game, but the end of the session. I expect that this will not be the last Game Dev Tycoon session. I swear, you would think some of those are... Never mind. They just keep going. No, I don't want to fire him. Alright, he's still doing his training, so we gotta let him finish that before he can take his vacation. Meantime, we have 42 research points. I really want these graphics. I really do. Is there a way I can get my own research up? This one raises research, this one raises research. You know what? Make me think sounds like one that would increase the research. So I'm gonna take that training. Maybe I'm doing too much with the training, but... Martin Person, you're gonna go on vacation while I keep educating myself. In 2 months, the original TES will be taken off the market, so I'm glad we invested in the Super TES. That's gonna be the only way to continue our relationship with Nintendo. Is he back from vacation already? Nice. Nice, he is already back from vacation. So... And did I finish my training? Okay, I was correct. That was the one that you want to raise for research. Alright, should I try to fill a new position? I'm gonna say no. And the reason I'm gonna say no to trying to fill a new position is because we haven't really seen Martin's full potential yet. But beyond that, our cash has been hanging around the 4 million mark for a little while now. So, I don't want to go having a bunch more expenditures, having a new employee around the office, when we're not really making significant gains. Now, you gotta have that balance. I clicked on M. I don't know if I'm gonna stick to that, however... Let's see what we've got here. We want a new game. I think that it's still too soon for me to go down the Rage 4 path, as much as I'm tempted to do that. Let's go down the Assassin's path. And the last time we made an assassin game was the Forbidden Fortress, and we all know how that went. This assassin game could contain a bunch of action. That is a great combo. Do we know about strategy, though? No. Let's just stick with the great combo, then. Although if I had picked strategy, that would have been really good for the PC. Action, not as much. If we keep it mature, yeah, I'm seeing some good things happen here now. Alright, and I'm thinking to myself for a moment, maybe I'm being too stubborn about wanting those new 2D graphics before I make another new engine. Maybe just having that new engine with even just a couple new features would be really nice, but I'm a stubborn kind of guy. Alright, so an assassin action game, which reminds me, when they revealed Assassin's Creed Odyssey, did anyone else really feel like you couldn't stop thinking about Mario Odyssey? It hasn't been that long since Mario Odyssey came out, and then there they go setting their Assassin's Creed game in ancient Greece, which I guess is cool. A lot of good things have come from ancient Greece, but it's also been not overdone, I'd say, but it just feels a little too familiar. And again, I'm not even into those kinds of games, so I'm not the person to ask about that. Oh, the other assassin game I made during yesterday's stream was Hattie Haddington. Yeah, the Gentleman Assassin. We didn't put the Gentleman Assassin in there, but just imagine some guy with a really good looking hat. Fanciest assassin you've ever done see. Kill because it's an assassin? Nah. Too obvious. Alright, seek. And okay, this is a boring title, but I'm really running out of creative ideas right now. You're gonna seek them out and you're gonna destroy them. That's the job of the assassin, after all. Although it kind of puts a technological twist on it, because when you hear the word seek and destroy, it sounds kind of like a missile. That engine should be up there to handle all the gruesomeness that our game has to offer. Oh, if I click now, while we're in the middle of it, we can start doing some marketing. This is a new IP after all, so marketing is gonna be big. It can be expensive. Because I don't want to do it too early in development, I notice. Final Fantasy VII Remake, anyone? Alright, I'm gonna close the marketing for now because we only entered stage 1 of development. Maybe during stage 2 though. You know what, another element of Seek and Destroy is it's got pretty good dialogue for what it is. Level design on the other hand, eh. Alright, and that brings us to stage 3. We want those graphics and we want those killer sounds. Yeah, killer sounds. We also want to mark it before it's too late. Magazines and, yeah, let's distribute a demo. That seems good. So our hype's around 18 right now, but we still have to work out some of those bugs. Alright, I'm very happy with our track record of getting the bugs down to 0. I know, I mentioned this yesterday. I know it's not always the immediately best move to make in that situation, because sometimes leaving a bug behind just to get the game done and out there and get some sales, it's good. Alright, character progression is available for research. Market responds well to games with new topics at the moment. Well, I haven't done an assassin game in some time, so that's good. Alright, you sir, we need more research done around here. I'm gonna make you think. And our reviews are gonna come in for Seek and Destroy. Hey, almost perfect. One of the best. Our new IP is making it. I'm proud of our new IP. All game says it's beautiful, but not worthy of something like an 8. So I shall generate the game report. And things are coming in. Like I said, our cash has been hanging around that 4 million mark for some time, and that's why I don't exactly want to bring on anyone right now. So let's read up on what worked with Seek and Destroy. Level design was important. I did lower the level design, I gotta admit, so that's probably why we didn't get as good as we could have. Assassins are great with mature audiences. Alright, they want a new topic, we will take a 10. Oh my goodness. Yes. Yes to the fantasy games. We will take a 10-point dip in our research for now in order to follow that market trend, get a game of a new topic out there, and I will eventually reach that 80 research points that I really want for those 2D graphics version 3. How are we going to do that, you ask? Well, it's been a little while since we've done some contract work. Don't want to let all of that slip. 3 weeks, you gotta get up to 20 technology. Why not? We are known for our technology after all. Oh boy. Boss, I discovered that some dedicated fans of Ultramarlin Riders have created a fan game. They don't make any money, and they just seem to do it for fellow fans. Our legal advisors strongly suggest we shouldn't allow this to go on. Well, it's non-profit. We're not really doing anything with the Ultramarlin game right now. Let's just let them have it. I don't think that's always the right decision, but in this case, it's just fine. We got 27k from that little bit of contract work. Seek and Destroy got 500,000 in sales. And see, we're right back at 4 million again. We are right back at 4 million again. So our new fantasy game has gotta be big. It's a fantasy RPG. We all knew this was coming. It's for the Super TES. And it's for everyone. Okay, so everyone, this is the point where everyone makes the Final Fantasy joke and they write some title that's a play on that franchise just because of how big and renowned it is. There is another firework. I'm sorry about that. I'm halfway tempted to make the game title about the fireworks that you're hearing outside because I'm fantasizing about them stopping. Just saying. So, yeah, everyone would go the Final Fantasy right now, yeah. Final Fantasy route right now. Try saying that 5 times fast. Everyone I know would do that. Me, I am going to go with The Mystery of Mama. And if you get what that reference is, then points. It shouldn't be that hard of a reference, but points anyway. Yeah, it's gonna be a super innovative 3-player game for the Super TES, trust me. You need lots of stories and quests in these things. Those other two can just kind of level out on the sidelines. And guys, if you're enjoying my random ramblings and my nonsensical game design, then feel free to hit that follow button, feel free to check out the YouTube channel where all of these will be archived. All of that wonderful stuff is below the video right now. As I mentioned before, it's really good to plug yourself early on. I'm sorry if that's getting annoying, but I'm going to keep doing it anyway. I don't know if you would really have something along the lines of levels in these games. I'm going to stick with the dialogues, personally. But yeah, all that wonderful stuff is below the channel. It's not just this game that I'm doing. I only started streaming yesterday. So far I've done this game, and I've started a Hat in Time. That will be continuing down the line as well. But I do have a large variety of games planned for the future. If you stick with me, I'm sure we'll find something you'll enjoy, whether it's well-known or obscure. And again, I will probably have a focus on Nintendo consoles once I make the payment on that capture card. Only 3 bugs. Wow. I ain't messing around. I like the idea that we just released an RPG where the whole premise is that you wander around trying to solve the mystery of your mother. Or someone else's mother. It's like Earthbound cross Final Fantasy. Or maybe more like Mother 3 cross Final Fantasy. That one had more of a focus on the mom, I would say. Better AI is available for research. Mystery of Mama just got its reviews. I see it all over the place, to be honest. It's a nice experience. Alright, so we just made another mid-level game here. Oh, but a 9. 9 is good for our reputation. Oh, I forgot to market the game. Wow, there is so much to keep track of at this point in the game, and this isn't even where it ends. We don't even have a second member of our staff yet, and I'm pretty sure that we move to an even bigger office at some point. So, I'm getting nervous for the future of this company. But I also said that yesterday, and we managed to work our way out of the hole pretty easily. I want you to research, but I also don't. Generate that game report. We do need that new information because fantasy was a brand new topic. And, game design for pirates? Yeah, sure. Then we'll also have a little record there of what that training does for us, so that'll be good. We are so close to that 80 research points that I have been desiring. Alright, my goal was to end things off in about 15 minutes. So, please bear with me and the fireworks just a little longer. But it was always my goal for tonight to end at around 10 Eastern, making a 2-hour Game Dev Tycoon stream. Fantasy and RPG is a great combination. Level design is important. Alright, see that was the thing. I lowered level design because I didn't know if you would even call those things levels. Are dungeons considered levels? Is the open world map considered a level? I guess I haven't really put an open world game together yet, though. That's something for the new engine. Right, you can also train. Try and get that last bit of research, although I inadvertently spent 5 research points on doing that. We can participate in games, also known as G3. By having your own booth, we can gain fans and hype. Okay. Definitely something worth considering. No particular strong trend, so we don't need to stick to a new topic. Mystery Mama's off the market. Oh, I didn't mean to click that. Alright, it would be a crime if I didn't end this off without making the all-important thing that they've asked for. They really wanted it. Rage 4. Alright, Rage 4. For those of you who haven't seen the stream up to this point, we've made 3 games by the name of Rage. It started as Rage Quit, and then Rage 2 Try Again. Most recently, Rage 3 Birth by Blood. And it's a series of post-apocalyptic action games that people just seem to love. It's been made for the PC time and time again. And we have gotten great review scores across the board on each of these games, so it'd be a crime for me not to see if we can milk it one more time before I end things off here. Alright, so with that being said, Rage 4, I need a subtitle. It was Birth by Blood. Well, naturally, after the Birth by Blood, we need the Death by Blood. That's the natural sequel. Go, 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 make this game. Don't scratch your heads. And give me some research points while you're at it. We want that 80. I want that 80. Would I be willing to share an interview? Yeah. And that reminds me, I gotta market this game. I've gotta market the heck out of Rage 4. Okay, can you tell us? Such a game would usually receive more focus on story and quests or level design. I would imagine level design, to be honest. Thanks for your time. Oh yeah, I was definitely right about level design being a thing for this. Better level design than ever before, just because of that interview. Level design is of particular importance, and other industry professionals agree with him. Alright, I like seeing those research points. We are in stage 2, right? So why don't we lead off with some additional magazine advertisement? Give you those graphics, we'll give you those sounds. And now just a little more marketing here. We're gonna do a small campaign at the very final stage of development. Look at that hype go up. We don't want it to drop too much as we fix these bugs. That is a thing that can happen. People get tired of waiting. The big game convention, do you want to participate? In a small booth for 80k, medium booth for 500k, and large booth for 1.5 million. We could give away demos. Small pop-up stand where we show our marketing material. Now, we at Asmran Hats with a question mark make questionable decisions by spending all our money. I've read this giant motto before and I don't even think I have it memorized. We're not gonna go all out on the 1.5 million, admittedly. I don't think we're a big enough company to warrant that. But we should at least be able to give away some demos. Alright, the game is done. Rage 4, Death by Blood. We've leveled up the engine and the graphics, which is nice because I do want to get that new thing. Versatile, release a successful game in each of the main 5 genres? Oh boy. That bodes well. And we can research multiplayer now. His fin is decreasing, we should send him on vacation while I generate the game report. Death by blood, death by blood, death by blood gets an 8. A 10. Rage, you've done it again. Rage 4 is all games' new favorite. Out of all 4 of the Rage games, they haven't gotten sick of us dishing out the same thing over and over again. They just keep finding new things to love about it. So we are at least going to see how this game report turns out. Yes! 80 research points. Let's go. Level design is important. We mentioned that in the interview. We raised it up. We hyped it up. This is going to be good for us. Our G3 conference with our medium booth, we are seeing this is how many visitors we're getting. And we are promoting Rage 4 Death by Blood, our recently released new game in the Rage series. 74,036 visitors. Not too bad for a first showing. We didn't make it into the top 100 though. Alright, but that should help us gain some new fans so that the next year around, that's more of a possibility. Alright, I'm gonna research that thing that I've been wanting to research this whole time. 2D graphics version 3. Gonna eat up a ton of our research points, I know, but the game responds to the player in such a realistic fashion that it makes you forget that this is just a game. Oh my god. The play system is finally becoming a thing. It's no longer just a prototype. Alright, that is a market to consider, I suppose. With all our mature games, it might just be... Wow, now we can research sequels, even though we've been doing it the whole time. Hey. This game, man. Alright, Martin's back from vacation. You ready to create a custom game engine? I am gonna keep graphics version 2 in there. It's only 50k extra. And we've leveled it up so much. It just seems like a waste not to have it in there. And I'm gonna check off every single box I can. I'm gonna spend 320k. But I don't think the My Savings engine really fits anymore, because 320k is not all of our savings this time, which is a good thing. This is the pocket change engine. The new play system has been released. Alright, well, if we're gonna get on that play system or any other platform in the future, it's gonna be with our new pocket change engine, the one that people are gonna be talking about for the next several months, if not years. Rage 4 Death by Blood is now off the market. It sold 131,548 units and nearly 1 million in sales. Where would we be without the Rage series? And yes, for those of you wondering, I am aware that Rage is an actual series, but my version of Rage is based off of the term Rage Quit. It was suggested by a viewer over the course of yesterday's stream that we make a game without Rage Quitting, and that's what this Rage series is all about. I just dropped the word quit to streamline things. Alright, my new engine is now complete, and we did get an achievement. I believe that was for reaching, spending 100k on it. That's worth a save right there. Now we are a little low on cash to where we've been before. That's like a 25% decrease from our usual cash earning. But you know, we're not in a bad position. We've doubled our staff. We've got our new engine ready to go, so that on the next Game Dev Tycoon stream, you can expect games that are even bigger, even better, even spendier than what our questionable company has done so far. Somehow, we didn't end up in the hole like I thought we would. I honestly thought that I wouldn't be able to pay back the debt. We would just make a bunch of dud games and then I would have to create a whole new company all over again. But no. Asbrand Hats with a question mark lives on. And you'll get to see it for a third time at a future Game Dev Tycoon stream. No date on that currently. Just keep checking back on the channel, we'll let you know. And just one last reminder that I've got links and commands in the description if you're interested in seeing anything else from me. Of course, following is a good way. Or, if anyone did follow, I did try to fix my alert box, and it's possible that I don't know, it's possible that maybe it's still not working. So if you did follow, then I will be going into Streamlabs. I'll be able to give you some acknowledgement on the next one. But unfortunately, if you did follow, then thanks for that. Just that you might not be able to get your verbal acknowledgement right here and now, because I have no way of seeing that at the moment. Alright, well, Asran127 is about to sign off. I hope you enjoyed your time. I already plugged myself for the bajillionth time, so I'm not going to do it again in this outro. We'll see ya on some future stream. I might be streaming again tomorrow, we'll see. Alright.